303. A bus journey through cultural geography approach. Buses, whether it is SLTB or private, are the heart of the public transportation system in Sri Lanka. Private buses are an essential part of Sri Lankans' everyday life. It's the most common mode of transportation in Sri Lanka. A day without public and private transportation is impossible to imagine. According to the Ministry of Transport and Highways in Sri Lanka, 9,807 private buses were operating on all island in 2022. Although these buses facilitate public mobility from district to district and province to province, the public attitude towards private buses is not positive. This is mainly because of the high or low speed of the bus, loud noises or sounds they play throughout the journey, and visual disturbances like colorful bright lights, artwork, sound systems, televisions, and curtains. These additions or modifications do not always provide comfort throughout the trip, especially for long-distance travelers. Nevertheless, these modifications, such as loud sounds and artwork, create an entertaining environment for some travelers. Thus, these feelings about decorations and modifications inside the buses vary among different generations, yet reshape the bus into different places. In that context, we attempt to show how buses connect places while producing the bus into various places throughout its journey. The existing literature on transport studies in Sri Lanka mainly focuses on transport systems and planning. Hence, this documentary aims to answer the research question of how and in what ways placemaking takes place in a private bus in Sri Lanka. Using the filmic method, first it explains how a private bus carrying passengers from Pänama to Moneragala vis-à-vis produces different places through a variety of traces. Then it also explores the perception of the driver and the conductor on decorations and modifications arranged in the bus. We choose the Pänama-Moneragala number 303 bus route to achieve our objectives for three reasons. First, 303 is a long-distance journey. This is a 4-hour journey by bus that covers approximately 83 kilometers. 303 is an interprovincial route that passes two districts, Ampara and Moneragala, in the eastern and Uva provinces. The Pänama-Moneragala is a diverse route. It passes 4 different towns. Pothuville, a small township dominated by Muslims. Lahugala, Administrative Centre for Lahugala Divisional Secretariat Division with the majority of Sinhalese. Although Pothuville is the closest town as well as the closest DS division for Pänama, it belongs to the Lahugala DS division. Siyabalanduwa, another small town in the Moneragala district. Moneragala, the largest town in Moneragala district and the provincial capital of Uva province. This route is also a scenic passage where one can enjoy observing sandy beaches, wild elephants, crocodiles, paddy and maize lands, and chena cultivation while experiencing a climate transition from dry zone to the intermediate zone. In other words, the whole journey covers a rural-urban profile. In this regard, it is a diverse journey. Finally, the 303 route was selected as the journey begins in Pänama. If you look carefully at the road network map of Sri Lanka, you see how roads and connect places. This network of roads provides access to places via one or the other road. However, there are no other roads for Pänama. Thus, Pänama becomes the last destination of the road network in Sri Lanka. It is only the B374 road that connects Pänama with other places. Pänama is geographically trapped, which has restricted the mobility of the residents in Pänama. More importantly, there is a geographical distance between Pothuville and Pänama with no settlements for about 10 kilometers. Accordingly, 303 is one of the bus routes that provides access inland. In addition, buses travel to Kandy, Colombo, Batticaloa and Akkarepattuwa from Pänama. Among a couple of buses that go to Moneragala, we purposefully selected the bus called Sandakinaravi since it is the only bus with many modifications of lights, sound systems, TV screens and artwork. To answer our broader research question, we adopted the filmic method, or in other words, filmmaking as a research method introduced by Marian Irwin in 2020. Filmmaking as a research method is essential, particularly in studies on cultural geography, because as Pink argued in 2007, videographic representation is a powerful method to narrate stories of symbolic representations, evocative of emotions, experiences, power relations or inequalities. We video recorded a complete route of 303, Pänama Moneragala and Moneragala Pänama on the 30th of December 2023. The recording covered the entire routine of the bus journey using 2 mirrorless digital cameras, 2 GoPro cameras and a drone. 3 assistants assisted the crew members. We briefed the research purpose and received consent from the bus driver and the conductor of Sandakinaravi in advance, while the consent of the passengers was orally recorded with a form that was given to the passengers on request. In addition, we interviewed the driver, the conductor, and an A-level student who volunteered. The recorded videos were then analyzed using the cultural geography approach, which investigates the relationship between people and place. In this context, we adopt the cultural geography approach by John Anderson to understand how traces of decorations and modifications, including artwork, sound systems, and lights, play inside the bus in making different places. Traces are the practices and actions people make in the cultural world and their consequences. This documentary research had some methodological limitations. On the one hand, we experienced terrible weather. Due to heavy rainfall, the road from Pänama to Arugambe was flooded, and therefore not many people from Pänama travelled on the 31st. Consequently, there were only a few passengers on the bus. However, the return trip in the evening was effective as a large diverse crowd travelled to Pänama from Moneragala. On the other hand, we did not conduct interviews with the passengers because of the time limitation. However, recording their gestures and emotions was constructive and authentic in analyzing them as traces. Then, how have traces produced different places inside the bus? To answer it, let us join the journey. It was 8 in the morning. The driver and the conductor start cleaning the bus. The first thing is to remove old flowers offered to the Lord Buddha and the god Ganesha. Then keep new flowers, yellow and blue flowers for the Lord Buddha and red shoe flowers for the god Ganesha. The conductor goes around the bus with scented sticks while the driver plays Pirith, and eventually the driver starts the engine. The journey begins, and the bus slowly reaches the main road while Pirith plays smoothly. The bus stopped in front of the Ganadevi Kovila and Pirith paused. A Pujari with a puja tray draws the holy symbol of Om on the bus's windscreen. The conductor gets some santanam and applies it on tires, doors and number plates. Then the driver and the conductor pray at the Kovil. Once the puja is completed, the bus goes to the bus stand. Because it is a Saturday and the bus leaves at 8:50, many passengers are children who attend private tuition classes in Moneragala. However, many seats are empty today due to the flood situation. The journey begins. Instantly, even before passing Pänama, loud music plays with visuals on the TV screen. Some people start watching and enjoying them while others try to avoid them by talking to others or getting busy with their mobile phones. This loud music does not entertain everyone. It is even difficult to listen and talk over the phone. Many young males and females play mobile games while some check social media updates. By looking at their gestures, many older people are helpless and have difficulty avoiding loud music and lights because this is the only mode of transport they can afford. Some passengers try to change their concentration by looking outside the windows, but the natural landscape gets distracted when dark black curtains cover the window by the wind. For some children, the time they spend in the bus to Moneragala provides space for play. In contrast, an A-level student who takes Santhakinaravi very often mentioned that travelling on this bus is a feeling. According to him, the young crowd enjoys the music, lights and artwork, while he also believes that the older generation might not like these modifications. It is now clear that the Santhakinaravi is not only a mode of transportation, but also a space with several places produced throughout the 303 route. The bus shares several places that are made through traces of both material and non-material. It is a shared sacred place, an entertainment place, a digital space, and overall, a public place. Traces like statues of Lord Buddha, God Ganesha, and other gods and goddesses with different practices make the bus a shared sacred place representing both Buddhism and Hinduism. Loud music with visuals, lights, and interior designs transform the passenger carrier into an entertainment platform. Interestingly, Santhakinaravi, the bus becomes a digital space when passengers connect with social media or mobile games. More importantly, promoting Santhakinaravi through Facebook itself shows how it has become part of the digital space. In conclusion, material traces such as signs, statues, artwork, and non-material traces, including religious practices, music videos, and passengers' gestures and emotions, show how vibrant and dynamic the cultural life is associated with the bus. In this regard, we argue that Santhakinaravi, the bus, is a multiplex producing several places inside its own space throughout the journey of 303. However, not all passengers interpret and understand the places through traces. These traces nevertheless become an essential part of the driver and the conductor. For them, they are not just statues, designs, artwork, music or practices.
හැම පහසුකම්ම තියෙන බස් එකක් තියෙනවා. ඒ හින්දා ගෙදර ඉන්න වගේ සමාන තමයි මේ බස් එකේ වැඩ කරන්නේ.
But they produce the bus feel like home.